What do you think? What does mankind still need then? What sort of senses do we have to develop to be able to look this way?
Well, I recommend that everyone should read a book by Edwin Abott, written in 1885. It's called Flatland, and it was an exercise in explaining to people who lived in a two-dimensional world what the third dimension was. And it's been regarded as a social study of the times, but in actual fact I think it's a brilliant observation of how we're not able to understand what's right in front of our eyes. He presents a sphere, a globe, appearing in a two-dimensional world, so everyone's triangles and squares and polygons, and the perfect priest is an almost perfect circle, and he perceives this circle, and the only way he can prove that he's not a circle is by jumping up and down through the plane, so he gets smaller and larger as he gets nearer to the top and the bottom of the sphere. So it depends what you're looking for. A lot of people look at, are searching through spirituality, and it may be that in a metaphysical sense we can find something that gives us a meaning to our existence. So it will explain the missing last chapter in Darwin's book, which is not about all the rest of it, survival and adaptation to survive. But the missing last chapter is really what human life is about, and it's about supremacy. And so maybe it's when we reach a stage mature enough that the human societies, cultures, ideologies, religions have reached a point where there's an understanding that they're pretty much all the same. It's just a different interpretation, that they'll be able to move on to the next step with a common understanding.
Do you think mankind is able to do this?
Not yet, no.
Will it ever be?
It probably was 3,000 years ago.
3,000 years ago, I think there was, what, civilization? Egyptian?
Yes, when before established religion imprisoned our souls.
Do you think now, I mean...
before the witch doctors came along.
Witch doctors, the priests and...
Yeah, the religions. I mean, organised religion is... People understood the value of congregational euphoria at a very early stage, and the power that you could attach to that, combined with the state. So the physical and the spiritual went hand in hand. I think ample evidence of it is happening today, I mean, all over the world. And each one is rising for supremacy. I mean, it's environmental. I mean, it's most unlikely that if you were born in Mecca that you'd be a Catholic, naturally. And you can take that example to many places. It's all part of our culture. And everyone says there's one true God. And then because of the interpretation of that through religion and different kinds of religion, it seems to be a paradox. But in actual fact, and I've read lots of theses on this kind of thing. I mean, people who are atheists who pounding on about religion and that sort of thing. But in actual fact, it's very obvious that there is a God. It's just not, we're not interpreting it the right way. There must be something in the human soul or the human spirit that needs fulfilling, because we all feel that need, we all feel that desire, we all feel that love, and we all feel that passion, and we all feel that uplift when we get to a stage of contemplation and the need to look deeply inside ourselves. And I think that's one of those, it'll shake itself down pretty soon, fairly soon, because the expansion of our knowledge and our communication since the Industrial Revolution, or since the Renaissance, if you like, and then the Industrial Revolution a few hundred years later, and then the space age, and then the technology that followed, has made communication instant throughout the world. And so we're looking at the ripples, the pulse of humanity now, in a very advanced stage.